Welcome, everybody, to our Saturday training call. I know some of you might be saying to yourself, wow, Dave Jordan was on last Saturday's training call. But, guys, I've been working around the clock to bring guys on these next couple calls that are smarter than me. And last week, we had formulator Kevin Thomas to talk about the More Detox product that is absolutely incredible. I just started taking it myself, and it is unreal what's going on. The information that he gave last week on that product was pretty much unreal. This week, I want to talk about a gentleman that flew into Sioux Falls a couple weeks ago with his assistant, and he sat in my office, and we talked about the next 20 years of Valentus and how myself or I should say, how he and myself could benefit each other over the next 20 years. Well, guys, we had a great meeting, and I'll be bringing him on live here in just a little bit to talk about what we talked about. And, all I can say is this. So like Peggy said with the woo-hoo, get your popcorn ready because it's showtime. And guys, before I go to Dr. Joe Ahrens, I want to talk about Valentus here with our past 5 years coming up. July is our 5th anniversary. We launched July of 2014 with 3 products: Prevail Immune, Prevail Trim, and Prevail Energy. And those 3 products have been phenomenal over those 5 years. But guys, get at this. Who would have thought 5 years later we'd have close to 20 products and over $100 million in gross revenue sales? Man, it's not even the biggest part of our 5 years. The biggest part of our 5 years is the culture we created, but the most important is the challenges that we face. I mean, you learn from challenges. At least I always have. We were challenged more than once with this company that things that could have hurt Valentus and all of our futures. Like Peggy said, we've never been late on a check, but we were hurt with some challenges. And basically, I look at it like this: good always wins over bad. Good always wins over bad. And we took those challenges with no excuses, faced them head on, and here we are today, about to break another record for the month of growth because we're way ahead of last month, and last month was a record month. But one thing I want everybody on this call to know about myself is it's the most important thing. Valentus is not my life. Valentus is not the most important thing in my life. My wife is, my mom is, my little sister Annie is, my sister May is, my family is. But guys, if Valentus is your life, you have a serious problem. So many other things out there are more important than Valentus, like your health, your kids, your spouse, your family and friends, your pets, your personal achievements, your belief is more important. All those things are important more than, I believe, more than Valentus. Don't forget, understand I'm saying that not to, say Valentus isn't important in your life, but it's not the most important thing. But guys, if you can take what Valentus can offer, it can make all those things I just spoke about better. Your health. We have some incredible products that you could choose from that can, better your health and help you be healthier. I mean, I know I wouldn't be as healthy as I am right now without our products. I'd be over 400 pounds. Your kids, just ask Blue Diamonds, Don and Nancy Carson, who took their kids on a dream vacation to the Cove, and Atlanta's paid for it. Just ask them what Valentus has meant to their kids. Or Blue Diamond, Beth Brannon, who brought her daughter Evie to the Cove. Ask her how important it is. Or even ask Rick Gerald's, who bought his daughter a new car with Valentus. Ask him how important that is. But, it's not just your kids, it's even your spouse. New Diamonds, I was talking to Siv in Green Valley Ranch, and he was talking to me about how important this was to his 8 kids and his family and his wife. And Peggy DeSalle, her and Mark, Peggy, has things that have happened in the last couple of weeks that, this company is going to be there for. Julie Litke, Kathy Gregory, Dr. Chi. These are all people that have benefited with their families and their spouses from Valentus. Their financial benefits are incredible. Now let's look at your pets. The most important thing in people's lives are their pets. So many people are sending me testimonials over the last 6, 8, 12 months on canine. I know this morning I was talking to Rick Gerald, and, he got his kids 3 puppies. and one of his little puppies was not moving like he should be moving, like the other two. So he sprays a little canine in his mouth, and he says he gets rolling. I know, Rick bought his 3 children, 3 puppies. That's pretty cool, Rick. So I don't know if that was Royal Diamond Rick gift to him or whatever, but those kids, I've seen pictures of your kids with those dogs, and they're just absolutely, like John Arens always says, the puppy approach. Well, that's a great approach, the puppy approach. And then, like last week I was talking with Chris Lamont, Triple Diamond Chris Lamont. He's got his cats. His cats are his life. He's got 5 cats, and I know 2 of them have died over the last 5 months, but the one just recently died. And Chris said that he spent thousands of dollars trying to keep this cat alive, and he even had a funeral for his cat because it's part of his family. And guys, like I said, Valentus is a company that's there. The finances that you make, the products that you take, it's there for you. Your personal achievements. There's so many stories of personal achievements in this company. Just ask, new Blue Diamond, Jen Melendez, who has never had any network experience. I mean, the personal achievements she's had is absolutely incredible. I mean, Blue Diamond Nancy Carson, when you look at Nancy Carson and you look at how she's transformed over the last 3 years, when I met her in Kelowna back in 2015, and she's on stage talking about her dad, and she's crying, and she's terrified up in front of that crowd. Today, I believe she's one of the best speakers in our company, just like Peggy DeSalle. I believe Nancy Carson has grown with this company. Guys, what I'm saying is, there's so many benefits to Valentus. Personal achievements are huge, but also the personal belief. John Aremza, Black Diamond John Aremza, Blue Diamond Karen Ford, Double Diamond Gail Tracy, who's always first on these calls. Just ask them where their belief window's at. Or better yet, let's not even ask a diamond. Let's ask Emerald leader Don Gap, good friend of mine, joined the day that we started. Don Gap is an Emerald and has made over $100,000 with Valentus since he's joined the company. You tell me if Don Gap's belief window's with this company and these products. Guys, Valentus is growing and the orders are flowing faster than ever. Guys, but like I said when I first started here, if Valentus is your life, you have a problem. Let Valentus be the reason to make a better life. Let Valentus be the reason that what I just spoke about in your family and your spouse and your kids. And believe me, guys, this company, we're going to be here for the long haul. We're going to be here to take care of those challenges. We're going to be here for whenever you need us. We're going to be here for the people that are here with us and the close to 500 people on this call, or over 500 people on this call, I should say. Guys, all I want to do is tell you you're in good hands, and the timing has never been better. What I want to do now is I want to shift gears, and I want to talk about somebody that I met here back in Green Valley, and he was incredible. He got up on stage, and people in that crowd loved him. I know I've seen a few tears in their eyes of people that have known him. And guys, this guy has really trusted me, has trusted Valentus with what we're about to have go on here. And basically, he's a 2-time Nobel Prize nominee, and he's got an incredible product that everybody's been talking about. Everybody's been reaching out about. Everybody's been trying to get to their company. Well, guys, he chose our company, and he chose our company because of you, because of the culture, because of what he saw at Green Valley. So without further ado, let me bring on my new good friend, Dr. Joe Ahrens, to share about a product that we're about to launch with this company, and I'll get into more details when he's done. But Dr. Joe, would you please come in and give us a good 20, 30 minutes on Emulin and what we're going to do with that product?
Well, Dave, thank you very much. I'm really glad to be here. The only problem being on the phone like this is I can't hear all the roaring applause when I come out on stage, but I'll suffer through that. May 11th, this is a really important date. It's a type of marriage I want to announce here. And I want to talk, though, just what you said right now. What are the important things in your life? I want to say right now, May 11th, 1974. Today is my 45th wedding anniversary. And I'd like to give a shout out to my wife, Lynn, who I hope might be listening to this call. But Lynn, thank you, because, you know, unlike Valentus, the checks to her sometimes have been late over our career, and she is still here, still waiting to cash that check, I guess. So I'm just glad to be here. A lot of you have heard some of this story, and some of you have not. So I will give a brief overview on how we are here today and what we have. You know, I've spent my whole life in nutrition, food, agriculture. Even back when I was an engineer, I was engineering in the food industry, in the packaging industry. And everything I've done has led me to here today, this morning. I've done a lot of things, but the path has been pretty straightforward. You know, I started out as a food technician, and I liked that work, and it was very wonderful that the Florida citrus growers actually sent me on to graduate school, where I did get a doctorate in plant physiology. So if you want to know who I am, I'm an animal and a plant physiologist, and kind of maybe a halfway engineer. And I I was on the faculty of the University of California, Davis, and I did a lot of things, but I ended up going to Green Giant, head of their technology division, and then, fortuitous circumstances, I landed back in the Florida Department of Citrus as the director, the place that I had started my career in this area some 20 years ago at the time. There I was, a technician, now I'm the director. And I was charged with just basically increasing citrus sales. Do research, just like you did at Green Giant. Do research that will increase citrus sales. Well, I had a guy come to me one day and tell me, you know, it might be silly, but every time that we see that article in the newspaper about the grapefruit diet, as silly as that diet is, grapefruit sales do indeed go up. Why don't we do a study to find out if it's true? Well, that was a great idea. And that guy's name was Darrell Thompson, who ended up being my research partner. And we conducted a study. We actually had it done in California at the Scripps Institute. And this work is published. You can look that up in the scientific journals. It was published, and what was found out was there was indeed something in citrus that regulated or managed sugar metabolism. That is, you didn't just drink grapefruit or citrus juice and your blood sugar spiked like you would if you were to drink a Coca-Cola. It was regulated. It was smoother. The insulin was different in your body. There was something in citrus that appeared to manage sugar in your body. Well, I really wanted to know what that was. I mean, I'm a scientist first of all, and so what is it? Well, the Florida Department of Citrus was not interested in finding out what it was. They were just satisfied to be able to say that citrus juice, grapefruit in particular, will help you lose weight. Well, Darrell Thompson and myself, we got together and we formed this company that some of you have heard about now, ATM Metabolics. It actually stands for Ahrens, Thompson, McCarty Metabolics. And we actually put our own lives on the line, so to speak, our own money, and we, over the next several years, we looked into what was it. And after about 10 years, we found out what it was. There's tens of thousands of compounds that are in citrus, but we finally pieced it together using supercomputers that we rented at UCLA. We found out there was a family of compounds, a family of naturally occurring compounds, not only in citrus. It's not just citrus. This is not a citrus product. There is a family of compounds that is in all fruits and vegetables whenever they have a high sugar load. So yes, it is in oranges and grapefruit. It's also in sugar cane. It's in honey. It's in sweet flowers. It's in apples. All of the plant kingdom where there is a lot of sugar. And it's also in some that don't have sugar, but mostly it's in sugar. What we found out as we did a human clinical studies, which are also published, is that it appears that nature intended us to consume these natural compounds whenever we ate the sugar. Whenever we had even table sugar. In its unprocessed form, in the sugar cane, there are these same components. They are a family of components, natural ingredients that are much like vitamins. This is just like we discovered vitamins, if you can imagine that. You know, vitamins are what manage and regulate our body. Vitamin D regulates calcium. So every time you have calcium, you need to have vitamin D in your body so the calcium is processed properly. And also vitamin C, that has a lot to do with bone integrity also, and scurvy. So you can, if you don't have enough vitamin D, you can get rickets, which is basically no calcium being deposited in your bones. And if you don't have vitamin C, you're going to get scurvy. Your teeth will fall out. Your bones will actually shrink. That's what vitamins do. They support your body's natural function. So vitamin C does not cure scurvy. Vitamin D does not cure rickets. But those vitamins are there to help your body regulate and manage its own systems. And this discovery that we made is very similar. It's just like a set of vitamins that are there to manage sugar in your body. And without them, you get terrible conditions, disease conditions. It could be diabetes, obesity. It could be arthritis, several problems. So we took this product and said, you know, we're going to take this product and put it into brownies. We're going to put it into colas. We're going to put it into beverages, and therefore make those products as safe as orange juice. That was what we started out to do. And so initially we did that. We talked to a lot of food companies. We talked to a lot of beverage companies. And they were a little hesitant to put this product in, for instance, colas, because they told us, you know, if we do this, we will have to admit that our own beverages are not safe to drink as they are. They're processed. They don't have any of these things in them naturally. So we'll have to be admitting that. So what we decided to do is sell it as a supplement. And we were going to sell it as a supplement to help you manage sugar and energy in your body. And we did that. We started out in 2011. Our first product we called GC7X, and some of you may have heard of that. It was an original formula. It was a primitive formula, not the same formula that we have today, but it did very well. It took off extremely well. But GNC is a little bit limited. They only have 6,000 stores, and we found that we needed a bigger market. We tried several ways to distribute this product. In some stores, we'd put it on the shelf, and people would come by and look at it, and they would say, well, what is that? What does this product do? There was just no way to explain to people, look, people, this is a vitamin. Everybody needs it, not just people with diabetes, not just people that have an overweight condition. Everybody needs it. Athletes need it to help them process energy in their body. People that do have diabetes, they need it to help their bodies process sugar in their body. Everyone, old, new, young, you know, the people that are retired, the baby boomers, which one I am of, you know, a baby boomer needs this product. We just couldn't seem to get the story out. So over the last few years, we got introduced into network marketing, multi-level marketing. You know, I knew about network marketing because my own mother had Tupperware all over the house. And, you know, that was a really interesting experience. People would come in and have parties, and share about this wonderful new product that, like nothing else on the market, kept your food fresh. And so everybody was joining Tupperware in order to get that product. And then they got the network marketing experience along with it. It was a great combination. And I said, this is really maybe where we should go, because you could sit down with people. You could get together and say, look, this product, this is what it does. It's like a vitamin, and this is what it has done for me and my family. This is how it has helped my grandfather, and as he gets old and stiff in his old age, and this is how I've lost weight, because we are helping your body. Your body itself is amazing. It can heal itself. You can heal yourself through a proper diet in most instances. So why don't you just go out and eat the foods that have these natural compounds that I'm talking about? Why don't you just eat those foods? Well, unfortunately, it has been bred out of the modern foods. Nobody knew they existed until we discovered them just 10 years ago, so they weren't looking for it. They've been bred out by accident. So they used to be in dark berries, dark grapes. Now, very little there. Used to be 10% of a grape's body weight. Now, less than 1%. And you cannot eat enough. You'd have to eat, for instance, 20 pounds of grapes a day to get enough in your diet. And, that's impossible. Nobody could do that. It really upset your digestive system. And also, processing removes them. Processed sugarcane juice turns into table sugar. There's none in table sugar. There's none in processed foods. So there's no way you can get these. Even if you avoid processed foods, there's no natural sources left. This is truly a case where you need to supplement your diet with these vitamin-like compounds. Well, once we did our first study, which was on blood sugar in type 2 human diabetics, and saw that it reversed diabetes, again, we are not claiming to cure any disease. What we do are these vitamins support your body's own systems, your own immune system, your own metabolism, and your body can fix itself, and does. But once we saw this, we started to get reports that people were not only losing weight and no longer pre-diabetic or diabetic, but they started telling us a lot of their inflammatory issues were going away. People walked up. We wrote a book about this a few years ago in 2004, and we were on book signing tour all over the U.S. We actually ended up on Fox and Friends, which was really a blast down there in Rockefeller Center. And we were writing a book, and people would walk up and say, look, I've read the book, I take your products, but I want to let you know my psoriasis has gone away. We kept hearing this, I have less arthritis. So we went back to the laboratory, and we looked, what is going on here? It's not just sugar. There's something else happening here. And we made the biggest discovery, I think, of my life, of our lives. And one of the reasons my research group was nominated for the Nobel is that this product, yes, does manage sugar in your body. More importantly, it manages inflammation. Inflammation is a very important thing. You need it. It is the second step in your first line of defense whenever you are attacked by a disease organism or even a splinter or a bee sting. You get inflammation. That is just the body sending out its soldiers inside your body to take care of whatever that insult was, whether it was a poison or a pathogen or a splinter. It sends out its soldiers, and the result of that is expanded blood vessels and capillaries, and your body appears red. It appears inflamed. So it was originally called inflammation. But what's going on is it's your body going out there to attack whatever bothered it and getting rid of it and starting the wound healing process. Unfortunately, without inflammation managers in your body, that inflammation runs away like a runaway train. And it keeps attacking that wound site, but it goes overboard and it starts attacking your own cells. It's like a runaway freight train. You need to have a brakeman, a manager, an observer over that system that tells the inflammation, that's enough, go away. This is really what we discovered. We now have a vitamin-like compound that regulates sugar and it regulates inflammation. And it's important that those two are tied together in your body. You would say, well, why would a vitamin be manage sugar and also manage inflammation? Because refined sugars are perceived by your body as a poison, which results in inflammation. So it's a two-step process. Regulates sugar, regulates inflammation, and it makes sure that your body knows what to do with sugar when it comes into your body. And we're constantly taking in sugar. Unfortunately, most of the time in our modern diets, these refined carbohydrates taken without this vitamin. Well, that includes not just table sugar, but pasta, breads, potatoes, all types of starches. These are also refined sugars, and your body sees them as just like sugar. So you need these compounds in your body to properly respond to sugar, tell your body how to process the sugar, and it also regulates any inflammation that would show up. Well, we named this product Emulin. And so, yes, I am here today to, at long last, announce that Emulin is with Valentus. I know a lot of you have been waiting to hear that. We took a stab at doing multi-level marketing, network marketing previously, the last couple of years. We just could not find the right group. And I kept hearing about Valentus. Oh, Valentus knows how to do it. Oh, well, I didn't know about all these companies. I just knew about Avon and Tupperware, you know, and then a couple of bad experience I've had. But my close colleague, Dory O'Neill, he said he's going to go find out. And he had developed a friendship with Dave Jordan, having nothing to do with multi-level marketing, but he knew that Jordan was involved in Valentus, of course, and he went and talked to him, and he came back to us and said, Valentus is your company. Valentus is your company. So then I myself went out and met Dave, and you know what? What I found at Valentus, yeah, fancy building, modern, expanding at the proper rate. They've been there 5 years. They seem to have checked off all the boxes. Everything's working. People are getting paid. Yeah. What I found was a family. People that I was walking through the shipping department, and they would come out to me and say, oh, Valentus, this is the place. The person, Dave, in the main office, all the way through, all the different departments, in the cubicles, down into the shipping department. They all were a family, Valentus. They were all on the same team. And you know, I also heard that if people don't like that environment, they leave, and they're encouraged to leave. And so I said, well, Dave, I've got some products here. And I've not only got Emulin, we've got several products in the line. I'm looking for a home. And Dave said, you know what? Yeah, we got to put some contracts together because we got to take care of a lot of the legal mumbo jumbo. But look, let's just shake hands. And so we did. We got a picture of that, Dave, if you know, right in front of one of your cases there, of us shaking the hands. And at that moment, we did the deal, and that was not too long ago. And then people have said, okay, have you done it? Have you done it? Yes, people, we have done it. Emulin is available. to Valentus. It's the home that we were looking to have. I'll go back to May 11, 1974. It's the real deal, and it's going to last. And we're looking forward to not a year, not a 5-year. I want to look for not even 20 years. Let's just talk about forever. Why not? Let's do it. And we're on board completely. And this Emulin product, which is the first one directly from ATM Metabolics, is going to be the first one of a long line of very substantial products that have research behind them, backed up by, not just fluff like a lot of other MLM companies have stuff that is just nonsense. This is the real deal. Everyone needs Emulin. That's who your customer is. Everyone, babies, nursing babies, the nursing mother, all the way through their life, every decade of your life, everyone needs Emulin. Yes, you need it if you have a broken arm, if you have arthritis, you have a bee sting, whatever's wrong with you, you need it. But if you think there's nothing wrong with you, you also need it. And people report that they think they're totally healthy. They report after just some days on the product, wow, I feel like I woke up from a fog, because now their body is functioning properly and they get rest, they get normal sleep, they wake up energized. When they do have even like a broken arm, it heals in half the time. We are not healing bones. We are not curing diseases. What we're doing is optimizing your body back to where it should have been all along. Athletes report much better improvement on their times, on their endurance. Even couch potatoes say, hey, I'm doing better on the couch. So everyone needs it. And I'm very glad that we're here today with this product. Dave?
Thanks again, Doc. Like I said, we met there at my office, and we did have the attorneys coming in. And after I sat down with you and your assistant, I told Chris, I said, Chris, just call our corporate attorney there and just tell him not to show up. I don't need him here. We're going to sign the contracts between you and me. We're going to do a deal based on what we're doing and how, the thing about it is, Joe, is thank you for being here. Thank you for trusting Valentus. Thank you for trusting Joyce and I to take this product to the world and show the beautiful product, how beautiful this company could be for it. So this is something I'm going to do after I'm done here. But what I want to do is, for starters, thank you, Joe, for being on. I want to bring Dory O'Neill on for a minute, Double Diamond Dory O'Neill, because I met Dory through my sports business and sent him a couple cards to a distributor that called him, and he happened to show up, and he was busy at that time, and said, let's stay in touch, and we did. And look at what's happened. It's Dory, myself, Dr. Joe, and all the different things that have come together with this amazing formulator and this amazing networker. So Dory O'Neill, do you want to come on just a minute and share a little bit about Emulin because you've used it, and just share what your impact is with this and what do you feel is going to happen with this company and with this product?
Sure, Dave. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Well, I'd like to start off by saying my favorite saying, which is coincidence is God's way of staying anonymous. I live my life by that very phrase. And a small coincidence occurred when I got a phone call about the potential of acquiring a card for the Vancouver Canucks, the Henrik Sedin rookie card. And what I want to share with you is that phrase, coincidence is God's way of staying anonymous. But because of that coincidence, I ended up meeting in person Dave Jordan. And I didn't know where that relationship was going. But a couple of years prior to that, or about a year prior to that, another coincidence occurred in my life. I received an opportune phone call from a good friend of mine, Brian MacArthur, who was trying to coax me out of retirement because after 47 years of being a professional network marketer and an owner of a major network marketing company, I had given up on the industry. And he called me and he said, Dory, the reason you told me that you were never going to get back in this industry was that there were no products that had the clinical research that they should have. There were no companies that could do it right. And I found that holy grail product. And at first, I thought to myself, oh, Brian, not you too. You've been bamboozled. But because of my respect for Brian, because of my feelings about coincidences, I decided to take a deeper look. And I reached out to Dr. David Nelson, who's been a friend of mine, worked with me in the industry for more than 20 years, is a PhD in nutrition. And I said, Dave, my friend Brian tells me that this product is literally the holy grail of network marketing, of nutritional products, period. I don't believe him. They had a ticket for me to fly down to San Diego to get this. But out of courtesy and respect for Brian, I'd like you to check this out. So Dave did the research. He's qualified to do the research. He has a PhD in nutritional science. And when he called me back 48 hours later, Dave was so excited, I thought he was going to come through the phone. And he said to me, Dory, I don't care if you're in or out, I'm in. This product is so amazing. This product has properties behind it that are literally going to change lives. As a doctor treating patients for decades, I have looked for a product, a natural product that could do the things that this does. And I've read the research and I believe it does. And I said, Dave, I'm in first. I'm in first. Let me in. So I joined the company and I got involved with Emulin. And the first 3 weeks that we had access to this product, dozens upon dozens of lives changed. My good friend, Brett Gurney, who told me, Dory, I've never made an endorsement of a product. I've been a professional network marketer forever, but I've never put my name behind a product because none of them have ever had an effect that I've measured. 2 weeks later, he phones me up and says, Dory, I'm able to get out of my chair. I'm able to start exercising. And Brett was an avid fitness enthusiast. And then there's the stories of other people that have had these miraculous changes. Within 3 weeks, I did something. I changed my license plate from a regular license plate. And if you look at my license plate, it's on the wall at Valentus. There's a name on that license plate. It says Emulin. And I knew that I was on a path to help secure my legacy. And my legacy was at 60 years old, 47 years in the industry. I wanted to do something. I wanted to be part of something that was bigger than me, that took away pain and suffering from millions of people worldwide. And I got behind Dr. Joseph Ahrens. Going back to the first coincidence. Yes, I received a Henrik Sedin card. And yes, when I opened the envelope, angels popped out and there was a small humming of beauty. But more importantly, it was the man and the woman, Dave Jordan and Joyce, that sent me that card. That card, little did I know, had the hand of God behind it. Coincidence is God's way of staying anonymous. The fact is that Emulin was put in the hands prior to Valentus, to a company that didn't have the kind of vision and the kind of family structure. And when I met Dave, I picked up a phone and I said, Dave, there's something that I want you to be aware of. I'm no longer with that company. I have a group of dedicated people that are absolutely committed to Emulin. I just want you to have an open mind and look at it. Because, Dave, if you bring this product and this Dr. Joseph Ahrens, two-time Nobel Prize nominated scientist, into Valentus, I truly believe that you will realize your legacy goal. And Dave said, Dory, I only need one shot. Come on board. Let's start the process happening. And since that day, there has been nothing but home runs from Valentus. There's been home runs in the product lines that we have, the coffee that we have, the new 24/7, which is also a product of Joe Ahrens, the More product. But then we now have Emulin. And the number of people that are coming into Emulin because of today's call is in the tens of thousands. Right now, not tomorrow, right now, because there are tens of thousands of people in Australia, New Zealand, India, South Africa, the United States, Mexico, that have had Emulin touch their lives in a way that you can't imagine. Because you can have all the money in the world, and trust me, I know a lot of people that are very wealthy, but if you lose your health, all that money in the world seems trivial. And I have seen people rich and poor have their lives changed by this amazing product that was developed by Dr. Joseph Ahrens. So Dave, from the bottom of my heart, Tracy and I would like to thank you and Joyce for being the people that you are. Dave, back to you.
Dory, I'll tell you, you're such an awesome speaker. But guys, Dory's speaking from the heart. And I want to tell you this, I believe that we were brought together by a higher power than me or you or Dr. Joe. I believe that like Diamond Mark Mulvey said in Green Valley on stage, we have the seventh element, and that's God. And I believe that we're about to take on the world. And guys, I just want to let you know, at 1 o'clock today, we got a small amount. We have a small amount of Emulin, the original Emulin of Dr. Joe Ahrens. Now, keep in mind, write this down. You're allowed to buy one bottle at the top of the hour, 1 o'clock. And here's the thing. This is only a pre-product, so it's going to be in a white bottle, and it's actually only got a couple months expiration on it. So it's going to expire by the end of July. So you want to use it in the next 30 days, and it's going to not even be on there until probably after today because we're going to run out because it's a very small quantity. But at 1 o'clock today, you'll be able to order Emulin in the back office, one bottle, and I don't know if they'll let you order two, but let's just try to make sure everybody gets a bottle of this until we run out because we don't have very much, and it's going to run out. But guys, this has been an incredible call. We're way over, 15 minutes over, but I'll tell you what, Dory, thank you for your friendship. And I know we were going to have other testimonials on here from a couple other people, but we've went over. But here's what I can say, guys. Dr. Joe Ahrens is going to be the Elvis Presley of Valentus. We already got Michael Jackson with Kevin Thomas, and we've already got all the other different little bells and whistles. And guys, all I can say is this. Thank Dr. Joe when you see him for this wonderful opportunity and this wonderful product to bring to our family. I'm telling you, Doc, like I said to you in my office, I only need one chance. I don't need two. And guys, this is the chance for you to take on the greatest product in the world and take it to the world. And with that, I'm going to leave you guys today and say Valentus is growing, the orders are flowing, and it's about to flow a little bit faster. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody. Oh, and by the way, Monday, be on Monday's kickoff call. Chris Hupke's doing Monday's kickoff call. Listen to that call. He's got some great information on there. Chris Hupke will be on there. But, guys, I am so excited